Hi, this is JJ and welcome back to another episode of the Warehouse Whiteboard. Glad you could join me here today. I'm once again at the whiteboard out here in the warehouse to give everybody just a little bit of a clue what's happening with our student ministry. So last night we had what we affectionately are coining our Step Up Night. It was our first opportunity for younger students to move up into the next age group that they'll be participating in next year. So we were excited to welcome our current 4th graders into our Club 56 program where 5th and 6th graders are meeting, and that's establishing those relationships now, and then we'll carry those over into the fall. We had a great turnout for that group and had a ton of fun with those folks. We also did the same thing in our other ages. So our 6th graders moved up into our middle school program and they got an idea of what it's like to be here on Wednesday nights. And then the 8th graders moved up into the high school program and you know, we're just talking about the similar things but at different levels. And so everybody moved up a little bit last year and we had a chance to kind of try out the groups that we'll be part of next year. We had a really fun time doing that and had a very fun evening last night. In addition to Step Up Night, it was also May the 4th last night. And for any of you who are nerds like me, May the 4th means it's Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. There's the joke. So it was also our first Wednesday of the month, and so we had a snack sponsor in, tons of Star Wars themed snacks. There might have been a lightsaber duel or two just as fun little aside activities. But we want to thank Kelly Johnson from the bottom of my heart for some amazing snacks last night and for the great Star Wars theme that we were able to kind of work with that night. We also took a little bit of time last night to review our Others First checkpoint. The way that we are putting others' needs ahead of our own and how we're prioritizing those people. And we had a really neat conversation with that, especially with the middle school students, about what they remembered from our month-long conversation about that. And I actually went so far as to provide a tiny incentive. I held out a $1 bill and I said, can anybody tell me what our central passage was for our study on Others First? And one of the students was able to remember, yeah, it was in Philippians 2, and it kind of sounded like this. And we kind of went through that whole thing and reviewed just a little bit of the scripture that we've been talking about for a month. And so I quickly bestowed upon the student the $1 bill. Thank you very much for your good memory. And do you want to know what the student did with that $1 bill? It wasn't in their hands for but a few moments when they talked to one of our other students in the ministry that recently brought up a water project that they're raising money for in the 7th grade. And this student said, hey, do you have that bucket? I've got this $1. I'd like to put it into that project, into that donation. So I just thought that was a great moment where this student legitimately, actively put others first. Even though they just earned this fresh new $1, they decided to gift that to someone else to support that water project. I thought that was a really neat moment. And then the last thing that we spent on primarily with our high school group last night, or spent time on, was honoring our seniors. We've been blessed with an amazing group of seniors, several of which have grown up in the church for a long time. There's another senior that just recently became part of our group. And we gave our seniors a chance to provide a little bit of reflection on their time, some of the things that they've learned, some of the high points and learning moments of their life with Christ, their pursuit of faith. And we gave them a chance to share some of those nuggets with the rest of the high school crew. And it was a really interesting and kind of fruitful and just impacting time to hear their hearts and the things that are important to them, the things that made a big difference, the people that made a big difference in their lives as they grew up in the faith. And it was an encouraging time to see all that they've done, all that they've accomplished, and all the different ways that God continues to move in their life. So we're blessed by our seniors, and we're looking forward to the rest of the crew building on that foundation as we move forward in our warehouse ministry. So that's a little bit about what we were doing last night. We've still got a couple more weeks of warehouse this year as we'll get into snack and game nights. So we'll look forward to seeing our middle and high school students back again on the 11th and 18th. And then we'll also wrap up on the 18th with our last Club 56 of the year. But keep a lookout. Summer schedule is coming. We've got some interesting things in mind to stay connected, to keep pushing forward on this life of faith that we're all living together. So until then, this has been JJ from the Warehouse Whiteboard. Hope you have a great day, and remember who gave it to you.